Last week, Powell was asked a number of times by journalists about what would happen if President-elect Donald Trump tried to remove him. And this morning in the Wall Street Journal, they talked about 2018. And Powell then went with their reporting to Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and said that he would fight his removal if sought by the president. Are you concerned about the independence of this Fed?
Well, I think you have to always be concerned about the independence of the Fed when you have a president that seems to be a president-elect that seems to be hostile to the Fed's independence. And the reason why we want an independent central bank is because historically, independent central banks actually do a better job in terms of managing monetary policy to achieve the outcomes that we want in terms of growth and inflation. So independence is really driven by the fact that you actually get better outcomes. If people think that the Federal Reserve is going to change course based on pressure from the president, that increases uncertainty and risk. And it also makes the Fed very short-sighted in terms of its policy agenda. So I think the Fed, basically the Fed's going to try to maintain its independence. Powell, I think, was very, very clear last week when asked about whether he's planning to resign early. No. Whether Trump has the right to fire him legally. No. So Powell basically said pretty clearly, I'm going to finish out my term, which ends in May 2026. And so tried to close off the debate on that whole issue.
Not permitted under the law. He kept saying that. No, no, no. And the Wall Street Journal gives some insight into he knows this because he went through it in 2018.